The NFL is back. Starting tomorrow, I'm recording this on Wednesday. I'm Reger with SBD. It is so good to be back talking some football, and I'm here to give you my favorite NFL anytime touchdown scorer picks for week one. If you would like to bet along with me, I have links in the description to the sportsbooks where I found the best odds for these players. You would be surprised how much the odds can vary from player to player, from book to book. So make sure you get the best value. And even if it's a sportsbook that you're not signed up with, if you hit the link, it will take you right through the nice, easy, simple sign up process and you will be good to go. And right before I get into them, please like, comment, subscribe. I will be here all NFL season long, all football season long, giving out my favorite touchdown score picks and just some of my favorite bets. So let's get into week one. My favorite anytime touchdown scorer pick, David Njoku at plus 250 at FanDuel in 2023. When Joe Flacco started for the Browns, Njoku was his best friend. And I've seen clips on social media are always together. And I think that will translate on the field. In 2023, when they played together, Njoku averaged 9 targets a game. He caught 4 touchdown passes in 5 games with Flacco under center. Now heading into 2025, Njoku is still the best red zone target for the Browns, and he has that familiarity with Flacco. Last year, the Bengals defense was just one of 2 teams that allowed at least 10 touchdowns to tight ends. The Bengals defense might be improved from last year, but not by much, and it definitely won't be anything crazy different in week one as that unit kind of gels throughout the season. Cincinnati's offense should also get off to a better start now that they actually played in the preseason. So points could be scored in this game, giving Flacco a great chance to do what he loves most, and that is sling the football around. Njoku will be heavily targeted in week one and should be able to get in the end zone at home. Then my next pick, Chuba Hubbard at minus 105 at DraftKings. The Jaguars were tied for the second most rushing touchdowns allowed last year with 16. They have a new coordinator, some new faces, but I believe they will still struggle against the run, especially in week one. Chuba was 13th in the NFL last year with 3.47 goal line looks per game. Jacksonville was second in the NFL in big plays allowed last year and 7th in the NFL in allowing their opponent to reach the red zone. Hubbard scored most of his touchdowns in the red zone, but he did have 2 touchdowns from 20-plus yards out. I trust Dave Canales' offense, and Chuba is the lead back. He scored 7 touchdowns over the last 7 games last season when Carolina's offense really began picking up. A 3.5-point spread suggests that Carolina should be in this game, so the Panthers should not have to abandon the run. I really like what I saw from this offense towards the end of last year, and Chuba will be a huge part of that. Then I'm going with Drake London at plus 137 at Bet365. London was 8th in the NFL last season for receivers in red zone looks per game with 1.41. He also had 3 20-plus yard big play touchdowns, and this Bucs secondary last year really struggled. Their pass defense was brutal. They brought in some new pieces to help, but in week one, I still trust London to get it done because he is that good. It's a higher over-under at 47.5, so I think points will be scored in this game. And Penix, he's a gunslinger. He didn't play in the preseason, which worries me slightly, but he's just going to pepper targets to London. He's the best receiver on this team by far, and in 3 games with Penix last season, he averaged 13 targets a game, 117.3 yards per game, and scored 2 touchdowns during that span. And lastly, going to the Monday night game, Jordan Mason at plus 170 at DraftKings. The Bears gave up the second most rushing yards last season and were tied for giving up the most rushing touchdowns. Everything is pointing towards Jordan Mason being the goal line back. They traded for him to get him on the field. I'm not worried about Aaron Jones. I think he's the better running back than Aaron Jones. Jordan Mason averaged over 5 yards per carry in his career and is a strong one-cut explosive runner who I think will eventually win this job and will still get carries in week one. This is a great opportunity against a Chicago defense that struggles to stop the run. I trust Kevin O'Connell's offense to move the ball, and Mason should get plenty of early down work and goal line work in this one. Aaron Jones was top 12 in red zone looks last season with 3.47. Mason should be eating away at those this year. He will have opportunities, and if there's one thing we know about J.J. McCarthy, he can hand the ball off with the best of them. So those are my 4 favorite NFL anytime touchdown scorer picks for week 1. We've got David Njoku, we've got Chuba Hubbard, we've got Drake London, and we've got Jordan Mason bringing us home on Monday night. Thank you all so much for watching. Football is back.